సుప్రజ క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయిందా? ఇంకా 2:30 సచివాలయం This option is an team options that you change here. అబ్బా సుప్రజ ఒకసారి వెళ్ళారా? ఇదేంటి? ఇది వీడియో అందరూ ఆఫ్ చేస్తారు.
ఇది ఆడియో కూడా ఆఫ్ చేస్తారు. ఇప్పుడు పోయి నీతో ఆఫ్ చేయలేదు నువ్వు.
అదే నాకేం తెలియలేదు అని అడుగుతున్నాను. ఆడియో ఆఫ్ చేయడానికి నా వాయిస్ వాళ్ళకి వినిపించకుండా.
Solo, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, very good morning to all. So, I am Dr. D. Muniswamy, faculty in economics. So, present, I am working as assistant professor in Bijar Government Degree College, Narayanaguda. Okay, Hyderabad. Okay, so now, I think last year, in the first semester and second semester, please mute yourself. Why you people are unmuting? Okay, in the first semester and in the second semester also, I was taken microeconomics classes for you people. Okay, now we are in the third semester. Okay, in the third semester, macroeconomics we have to discuss. Okay, in the first year, first semester and second semester. Okay, in both semesters, we are the syllabus that is microeconomics. Okay, after the microeconomics, the next part is macroeconomics. Okay, macroeconomics. Okay, we know that in 1933, Ragnar Frisch, economics was divided into microeconomics and macroeconomics. Okay, economics was divided into either microeconomics or what is called macroeconomics. So this microeconomics was discussed in the first semester and second semester in two parts. Now in the third semester, we are going to discuss about the macroeconomics. Okay, macroeconomics is nothing but the study of all, whereas microeconomics is nothing but study of individuals. Okay, if we are discussing the study of individual factors, individual variables, individual things, that will be called microeconomics. But whereas if we are going to be discuss about the all variables at the same time, may be called macroeconomics. That's why macro nothing but very big. Macro nothing but large. Okay, macro nothing but large. So that's why, so here the study of all together we are going to discuss in the part of this macroeconomics. Okay, here in this macroeconomics, there are many chapters. Okay, there are many chapters we have. Okay, like we have 5 blocks. These 5 blocks were divided into different categories. Among them, the first block was introduction to the macroeconomics. Okay, in the first block, we are going to be discuss the introduction part of this what is called macroeconomics. We are going to be discuss introduction part. So this first block was divided into 2 units, the first unit and second unit. Okay, in the first unit we are going to discuss that what is macroeconomics, that is meaning of the macroeconomics, the nature, scope and importance of the macroeconomics, limitations of the macroeconomics, and the macroeconomics relation with other subjects. It may be called interdependency of various economic activities, and also going to discuss the concept of the circular flow of incomes. So this is in the first unit we are going to discuss. In the second unit we are going to discuss that national income, that national income analysis, the meaning and concept of the national income, and the components of the national income, and the methods of the measurements of the national income. That is, what are the methods are going to be used to estimate the national income, and the importance and difficulties in the estimation of the national income are going to be discussed in the part of the first semester. Okay, here in the first unit, as I said already, so these are the things we are going to discuss, like meaning, nature, scope, importance, limitations, and interdisciplinarity of the economic activities. That is macroeconomics relation with other subjects, and circular flow of income we are going to be discuss. See, what is macroeconomics? Okay, as I said already, the macro means large. Macro means study of all. That is a study of all. The study of combinedly. All together. All factors are going to be studied in the same place. Okay, that is called macroeconomics. So it is going to be study the problems of entire economy. Okay, in macroeconomics, we are going to be discuss the whole economy, the whole problems which are there in the economy. We are not going to discuss only one problem or one issue. We are going to discuss all the issues. We are going to discuss about the poverty, about the unemployment problem, about the growth, about the development, about the inequality, about the infrastructure, standard of living, everything related to economic activities we are going to be discussing in the macroeconomics. Not only one issue, but also all the issues we are going to discuss. All the issues we are going to discuss in the part of the what is called macroeconomics. So that's why it is going to study the problems of the entire economy. Whatever the issues are there in the economy, all the economic issues are going to be discussed in the macroeconomics. If it is the microeconomics, we are going to discuss only one factor, one issue, one problem, separately. But here all the problems are going to be discussed at the same time. Okay, that is the difference between microeconomics and what is called macroeconomics. So it is studying the aggregate system. Aggregate system, nothing but whole system. That is whole economy. Whole system or whole everything we are going to discuss. Okay? And the income and employment theory in the macroeconomics, how the income is going to be increasing, and what are the factors are influencing to increase the income, like multiplier, like accelerator, like investment, like saving. Okay, about all these theories we are going to discuss. And employment, how we are going to be achieve the full employment. So these points we are going to be discussing the part of the macroeconomics. And it is going to be studies the behavior of aggregates. Okay, all aggregates behavior only we are going to be discussed here. So like such as total employment, national income, okay, general price level, that is inflation of the economy in the large perspective. In the large perspective. So we are going to be discussed in the part of this national income. Okay. So this is the thing actually mainly we are going to be discussing the part of this one. Okay. What is the nature of the macroeconomics? What is the scope of the macroeconomics? Scope, nothing but what are the areas are going to be covered under the macroeconomics. And what are the features of the macroeconomics? Okay. So here, whenever we are talking about the nature and scope of economics, in the macroeconomics, particularly we are going to discuss about the national income. Like what is the national income? And what are the components of the national income? Okay, what are the components of the national income? Like GDP, like GNP, like NDP, like NNP, like personal income, disposable income, and per capita income. So all these type of the components we are going to be discussing the part of the macroeconomics. Okay, about these components we will discuss later. And theory of employment. It may be classical theory of employment. It may be Keynesian theory of employment. It may be post-Keynesian theory of employment. Aggregate demand, aggregate supply. If it is the microeconomics, you are going to discuss the individual demand. But whereas in the national income, whereas in the macroeconomics, you are going to discuss aggregate demand. That is aggregate income. Okay, aggregate supply, everything. And money and the value of the money. Money, the value of the money. How the value of the money is going to be decided. To understand that, we are going to discuss about the theories of the money and inflation, about the inflation theories, causes for the inflation, okay, demand push inflation, cost push inflation, like that. The different type of the aspects we are going to be discussing the part of the macroeconomics, and also going to discuss about the trade cycles. What is the trade cycle? What are the causes for the trade cycle? And what are the theories are there to explain the trade cycles? So all these type of the aspects we are going to be discussed. And the financial system and the monetary policy. What is the financial system? What is the central state financial relation? Like it may be called public finance. Okay, financial system and monetary policy, like like RBI. So each type of the things, so we are going to be discussed here. And public finance, fiscal policy, budget, tax policy. Okay, in the February 1st, central government announced the budget. How the government was announced the budget? So what is the budget? What are the types of the budget? How it will work out? Through budgetary policy, how the government will try to develop our economy. How the government will try to reduce the inequalities. So all this type of the related policies we are going to be discussing the part of the what is called macroeconomics. And economic growth, international trade, balance of payment. So everything will come under this what is actually in the part of the macroeconomics. Of course, these macroeconomics were divided into again different type of subjects. Okay, different type of the subjects we are divided. Like public finances became a separate subject. International trade and international economics became a separate subject. Development economics became a separate subject. Population studies became a separate subject. Okay, financial economics became a what is called a separate subject. Like so, everything we are going to be discussed in the part of this one. Okay, so this is the nature of the what is called macroeconomics. This is the scope of the macroeconomics. Scope and what is called nature of the macroeconomics. So why we have to study the macroeconomics? What is the importance of the macroeconomics? Why we have to study? So to understand the importance of the macroeconomics, some of the things we have to observe. Because of all these reasons, we have to study the macroeconomics. By understanding the macroeconomics, by studying the macroeconomics, we can understand the many things. We can understand the many things. So what are the things we can understand? Like economic policies formulation, how the government is going to formulate the different type of the economic policies, we can understand if you are aware of the macroeconomics. Please remember, government taking many type of the economic policies. Okay, that economic policies formulation we can understand. Okay, we can understand what we can say. So here, like government of India and many state governments and international organizations like IMF, World Bank, and foreign countries, maybe America, Russia, China, whatever the may be country, all the countries, all the international organizations, our government, our central government, our state government are taking many policies. Take for example, government was taken the demonetization policy. So how the demonetization policy was taken by the government? And how the government was introduced the GST? that is goods and service tax. Okay, like the different type of the economic policies to reduce the poverty, to reduce the unemployment, to reduce the inequalities. Central and state governments are taking the many economic policies. So that economic policies, how the governments are taking, we can understand by studying the macroeconomics. Like regulate the economic system. How the economy is going to be regulating. There are many regulations regulating by the central government and state government. Both the central government and state government, both are regulating the mini system. When there is a privatization in our country, when there is a private sector working in our country, okay, the government is giving the set of rules and regulations. According to that set of rules and regulations only, the government, the private sector is going to work out. Like that, there are many regulating bodies. Constitutionally, we can say Finance Commission. Okay, by non-constitutionally, we can say Planning Commission once upon a time, present Niti Aayog, RBI, one side, we have Reserve Bank of India, one side. So like that, there are many acts. It may be Company Act, it may be SEZ Act. Like that, the governments made many regulating acts. SEBI, it may be. All the stock markets regulated by the SEBI. All the banking systems are regulated by the RBI. Like that, each and every system, it may be government activity or private activity. So it is regulated by the government through their agencies. So government directly, sometimes indirectly through their agencies, like RBI, SEBI, something like that. Okay, so that regulating organizations we can understand by studying the macroeconomics. Whenever we are talking about the money and inflation, how RBI is regulating the money, how RBI is trying to regulate the inflation, we can understand, we can discuss. Okay, there. Like that, regulate the economy system, we are going to discuss in the part of the macroeconomics. If we understand the macroeconomics, we can understand all these type of the systems and resolve the economic issues. Okay, they are going to be resolve the economic issues. So, yeah, whatever the economic issues are there, like poverty is one of the economic issue. Unemployment is one of the economic issue. Inequalities is the one of the economic issue. Industrial development is one of the economic issue. Agriculture development is one of the economic issue. Okay? So these type of the economic issues can be resolved by understanding the macroeconomics, by the study of macroeconomics. Okay, and economic development. Okay, we can also understand the economic development. How the government is going to develop our economy through various type of the policies, like macroeconomic policies like monetary policy, fiscal policy, trade policy, inflationary policy, monetary policy, development policy, planning policy, long-term perspective policy, short-term perspective policy, sustainable development policy, inclusive growth policy. Like by implementing many type of these policies, welfare policies, even welfare is also one of the development policy. Okay, welfare type of the policies. So all these type of the policies are going to be going to be developed by the government through this, by understanding this macroeconomics. So we can understand all these type of the aspects particularly. And welfare mechanism also we can understand it through macroeconomics. So how welfare will be there? In the macroeconomics, one side, quantitative development is required and qualitative development is required. The quantitative development is nothing but increasing income. Qualitative development is nothing but so by increasing the income, by decreasing the poverty, by decreasing the unemployment. Okay, this is called qualitative development. Always the qualitative development is very, very important. The quantitative is not that much important. Okay, so the qualitative, the development is very important. Sectoral dependency. We can also, because all the economic activities, since we are going to be discussing a single platform in the part of the macroeconomics, so we can understand that how the agriculture is depending on the industry and how industrial sector is depending on the agriculture sector. And how this agriculture industry is depending on the services sector. So this sectoral dependency, so we can, what is called, we can understand, we can identify these important aspects. Okay, like national income. National income is one of the important aspect. So all these points we are going to be we can understand by studying the macroeconomics. So kabatti macroeconomics మనం ఎందుకు చదవాలి? ఈ macroeconomics చదవల్ల మనకు ఉపయోగాలు ఏమిటి అన్నప్పుడు సో మనం ఇవన్నీ కూడా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయొచ్చు, వీటన్నిటిని అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు. macroeconomics చదవడం వలన మనం వీటన్నిటిని కూడా అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు. We can understand all this type of the points if you are aware of the macroeconomics. Okay, if you are aware of the macroeconomics, so you are going to be discuss, you are going to be understand all this type of the issues, so we can see. Okay, what are the limitations we have when you are studying about this macroeconomics? Okay, these are the some important limitations, like it is going to be neglect the individual consumers. Okay, see, for example, today we are saying that since we are discussing about in the macro level, we are saying that our growth rate will be around 8% or 9%, something like that. The government was projecting in the budgetary system that our growth rate may be around 8% or 9%, it will be projected. So that means the national income or GDP or GNP increasing by 8%, 9%, something like that. But here, how it is increasing? By increasing only some of the people income, it is increasing our country income. Then what about other people? What about the individually? All the people income may not be increased. Say, let's say for example, A income last year 100 rupees, B income is 50 rupees, C income is only 10 rupees, D income is only 5 rupees. Okay, the total income for 2020-21, for example, 165 rupees, for example. Okay, by 2021-22, the A income was increased from 100 to 300 rupees. The B income may be increased from 50 rupees to 100 rupees, but C income was remain constant, D income was remain constant. The total income was like 415 rupees. In the macro level, we can say that our country income was increased from 165 rupees to 415 rupees. We can say quantitatively our income was increased, not at all. The GDP was increased some more percentage by increasing only rich people income. But individually we don't know what people income was increased. Is the poor people income was increased or rich people income was increased? We don't know. So this is the same thing what is happening. So today we are going to be see every day, almost in the WhatsApp and all, we can see that so every day the Adani Ambani income is increasing like that, more than one time, more than 200% it is increasing. But what about the poor people? Poor people income is decreasing. But overall income is increasing. That is saying that our government is saying that it is development. That is GDP is increasing. But what about other people? So that's why whenever we are going to be study about the macroeconomics, we are going to be neglecting the individual consumers. Individuals. Because the data we are going to take whole data. In the whole data, some people income may increase, some people income may decrease. Okay, so that is a point here. And dependence on the individual units are also going to be neglecting. Since we are going to be see the whole data, the whole variables, the individual factors are going to be neglecting. Okay, that is one point we can see. And the heterogeneous units, unnecessary aggregate variables, excessive generalization of the economy. So all these points are going to be neglecting. All these points are maybe influence the economy, which may not be important. Okay, these will be negative for the economy. So these are some important limitations. If you forget the limitation is not that much important for the examination point of view, particularly so in this semester. Okay, if you escape or exempt these limitations, but the study of the macroeconomics is very, very important, no doubt at all. Even though there are some limitations, but the study of the macroeconomics is must. By understanding the macroeconomics, we can understand the many things in the economy. Okay, so this economics is interdepending on the many subjects, which is called interdependency of the various economic activities. Economics is going to be dependent on the various economic activities. Okay, like so interdependency occurs because people are better off when they specialize and trade with others. Better off. Okay, yeah, the people are aware that if the people think that this is the better than the other one, automatically the people will shift. So there are two commodities in the market, A and B. If the people will think that A commodity is better than the B commodity, people will shift from A to B. By consuming the A than the B, they will get the better off. So like that, so people are better off when they specialize and trade with others. Okay, whenever they are the specialized, definitely they will get the better off. For example, I am the economics faculty. So since I am a specialized in economics, I can teach economics better than other subjects. No doubt at all. Since I am a lecturer, if the university people or you people ask that all the subjects, whatever there in our course, maybe history, maybe political science, maybe public administration, maybe sociology, maybe Telugu, maybe English, maybe mathematics, like that, there are many subjects, no? There are many subjects we have. Okay, if the government will ask, if university will ask, teach, since you are a lecturer, you teach all the subjects. So then I cannot give the better off. Okay, I cannot teach better. So since I am specialized in economics, if you ask, teach the economics, I can give, I can justify. The history lecturer may justify better. Political science lecturer may teach better. But whereas, so if the same person will teach all the subjects, you people cannot get the better. So that's why, so because the better of when they are specialized and trade with others, when they are exchanging with others. Okay, definitely. So they will get better. That is the thing. So in these cases, the interdependency is required. The depend on others is very, very much important. Okay, like so why this one is required? Comparative advantages promote. Okay, when we are depending on others, definitely there will be comparative development. Comparatively, there will be development. Okay, farmer cannot produce all type of commodities. Farmer can produce only food grains. But farmers may be producer, but he cannot produce fan. So that's why the farmer can produce better the food grains. So we have to support the farmers to produce the food grains. After the producing the food grains, he can sell that commodity to others and can purchase the fan if you want. That is called trade. So like that, both people will get the comparative development. We can see in the international trade, there is a comparative advantage theory, which was developed by David Ricardo. Okay, there we can see in the public finance. And specialization we can see. Whenever there is a specialization, there will be more productivity. Okay, there will be more development. There will be more achievement. So more production also we can see and increase the production. So whenever there is specialization, automatically we can increase our production. Okay, so the trade will be encouraged. Trade, what is the trade? Exchange of goods. Selling and purchasing of the goods will be encouraged. Okay, if I am specialized to produce some commodity, I can produce this commodity, I can sell to others. And from there, I can purchase whatever the commodity I require. So like that, the trade will be encouraged. Gains from the trade will be there. That is grain, not grains. It is called gain. Okay, that is profit. Okay, that is benefit will be there. And economic well-being, well-off. Okay, economic well-development. So we can see. So all this type of the things we can see. So because of this aspect. Okay, this type of the aspects we can see in the part of this economics. Okay, here in the second unit, we can see national income. Because in the macroeconomics, national income is one of the most important topic. National income is one of the most important topic in macroeconomics. So what is national income? So the national income, here we are going to discuss the meaning and concept and components of the national income and methods and measurements of the national income, importance and difficulties in the estimation of the national income and the circular flow of the income. All these things are going to be discussed. Okay, please try to understand that what is national income. It is very important. National income means, so in particular period of time, nothing but in 1 year. Okay, in particular period of nothing but 1 year. What is the 1 year? That is called financial year. Okay, financial year. So that is, it is going to start with April 1st to March 31st. March 31st. Going to start with April 1st and going to be end by the March 31st. So in particular period of time, the total net value of final goods and services produced by one country people is known as the national income. In particular period of time, that is in 1 year. 1 year from April to March 31st, the total people of the country, the people of India, they may be there in India or other countries, all Indians, the total how many goods and services produced, that goods and services value. Okay, the goods and services has to convert it into value. Value leki marchukovali. Value ante edi dara. Vastu sevalanu dara leki marchukovali. Vastu sevalanu viluva leki marchukovali. Vastu sevalanu viluva leki marchukoni aa viluvanu jatiya adayam ane santam. It is the goods and services value. These goods and services produced by our country people. Please remember, our country people, not other country people. That means If any other country people are working in our country, if any other country people are working in our country, their income is not included in our national income. But if our people are working other country, since he may be working other country, but he belongs to India, so his income is going to be included in our national income. Because so many Indians are working in the foreign. So many Indians are working in the foreign. It may be America or some other country. They are getting the income. Whatever the income they are getting from that country, that income will be included in our national income. But at the same time, so many foreign people are working in our country. But that foreign people income, whatever the income they are receiving, that foreign people, their income is not included in our national income. So that's why it is only produced by one country people. What is that country? We are talking about the India. So covered Indians. India's people. Peoples belongs to India. So that is particularly, so we are going to be see whenever we are talking about this particular aspect. Okay, here, whenever we are talking about this national income, particularly this national income, we have the different components. Okay, we have different components of the national income. Like GDP is one of the important component, that is called gross domestic product. And GNP, that is a gross national product. Okay, that is NDP, that is a net domestic product. NNP, net national product. Okay, personal income, disposable income, and per capita income. Like that, there are different type of the components are there whenever we are discussing about the what is called national income. Okay. So these components we have. Okay, almost time is ending. Tomorrow we'll discuss about that components. Okay, in this meanwhile, if you have any doubt on the subject, please ask me.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ అనేది ఓన్లీ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆథరైజ్డ్ ఇండివిజువల్స్ మీద ఉంటుందా, లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడు చిన్న చిన్న వ్యాపారాలు ఇవి అట్లా చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు? దాని మీద
all people belongs to our country, may be official or unofficial.
Okay,
all the people production cheste, so all the people who are involving the production process, that production are going to be converted into monetary value. That monetary value is called national income.
okay,
Okay, that production may be in the private sector or government sector, whatever it may be, but the production made by only our people, that is our Indians. Please, that point we have to remember. If foreign people are working in our country, if the foreign people are producing the country, if they are receiving the income from that production, their income is not included in our national income. Okay, that is the only our people income. Okay, are you clear?
thank you sir.
కంపారిటివ్ ప్రమోటివ్ అనే దాంట్లో ఒక డౌట్ సార్. If farmers are growing some seeds, you have told that sir.
Yeah,
అదే ఫార్మర్స్ కొన్ని సీడ్స్ మాత్రము పండించగలరు, ఫ్యాన్స్ ఇవి ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయలేరు అని చెప్పారు కదా. ఒకవేళ ఇన్ కేస్ అంటే డ్యూ టు వెదర్ కండిషన్స్ అండ్ సాయిల్ సరిగ్గా లేకపోతే అప్పుడు ఫార్మర్స్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, అప్పుడు ఎలా సార్?
ఉంటాయి. ఓకే,
దెన్ ఆ కంపారిటివ్ అనేది అప్పుడు వర్తిస్తుందా సార్?
కాబట్టి అక్కడ ఫార్మర్స్ కు ఏవైతే సమస్యలు ఉన్నాయో ఆ సమస్యలను డిజాల్వ్ చేయడానికి గవర్నమెంట్ కొన్ని పాలసీ తీసుకొని వస్తుంది. అదే మీకు కదా ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పిండేది. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఆర్ ఎనీ ఇండివిజువల్స్ హ్యావ్ సమ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, ద గవర్నమెంట్ విల్ టేక్ సమ్ పాలసీస్ టు డిజాల్వ్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పినట్లు సాయిల్ ప్రాబ్లం అంటున్నావు, అప్పుడు సాయిల్ పెంచుకోవడానికి ఫర్టిలైజర్ పెంచుకోవడానికి గవర్నమెంట్ ఒక పాలసీ తీసుకొని వస్తుంది. లేకుంటే ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అనుకోండి, ఇరిగేషన్ డెవలప్ చేయడానికి గవర్నమెంట్ ఒక ప్రాబ్లం, ఇరిగేషన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ చేయడం ద్వారా ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాబ్లం సమస్యను తీర్చడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తుంది. లైక్ దట్ whenever there is a problem, the government will try to give some solution by taking some important policies. ఇవి ఉంటాయి. If of course all this type of the policies depends on the government also, the nature of the government also. Because theory says that we have to dissolve whenever there is a problem. థియరీ చెప్పినా కానీ గవర్నమెంట్ చెయ్యొచ్చు చేయకపోవచ్చు కొన్ని సందర్భాలలో. ఎందుకంటే చేయాలంటే గవర్నమెంట్ దగ్గర కూడా డబ్బులు ఉండాలి కదా కొన్ని సందర్భాలలో. గవర్నమెంట్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ మే బి డిఫరెంట్, సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. సో కాబట్టి అదే అక్కడ మనకు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు సొల్యూషన్ ఇవ్వడానికి, ఆ సొల్యూషన్ సజెస్ట్ చేయడానికి ఉన్నది మన ఎకనామిక్స్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే.
Sir, one more doubt, sir.
Tell me.
ఇప్పుడు అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ మై సెల్ఫ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. బై సెల్ఫ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్, ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇందాక అన్నారు ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రైవేట్ అండ్ గవర్నమెంట్ సెక్టార్ నుంచి ఏదున్నా కూడా ఇన్కమ్ ఇట్లా ఇదవుతుంది అని. మరి ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని షాప్స్ ఇలా ఉంటాయి, అవి బిల్ కూడా ఇవ్వరు మనకి.
ఇప్పుడు బిల్లు ఇవ్వరు అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకు కొన్నదానికే అని కాదు, ప్రొడక్షన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ కంపెనీ మేము ఇంత ప్రొడక్షన్ చేసినాం అనేసి గవర్నమెంట్కి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తుంది. ఎన్ని వస్తువులు అమ్మినారనేది కాదు మనకి ఇక్కడ ఇంపార్టెంట్, ఎన్ని వస్తువులు ప్రొడక్షన్ చేశారు, ఆ వస్తువు యొక్క ధర మార్కెట్లో ఎంత ఉంది. కాబట్టి అప్పుడు ఆ ప్రొడక్షన్ వాల్యూ మనం నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ గా చూసుకుంటాం.
చిన్న ఇప్పుడు ఒక బ్యాంగిల్ స్టోర్ ఉంటుంది, అక్కడ పిన్ కొన్నా, ఏది ఎలాస్టిక్ కొన్నా, ఏది కొన్నా కూడా దే విల్ నాట్ గివ్ ద బిల్. సో వాళ్ళ ఇన్కమ్ అనేది ఎట్లా నేషనల్ దానికి అంటే ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది వాళ్ళకి? ఇప్పుడు వీళ్ళు ఇన్కమ్ వీళ్ళు ఇష్టమైన రేట్ పెట్టి ఇది చేసేస్తారు, సేల్ చేస్తారు. ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ ది వాళ్ళు ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో అది తీసుకుంటారు, బట్ వీళ్ళ ఇన్కమ్ దానికి టోటల్ దానికి ఎట్లా కన్సిడర్ అవుతుంది?
మనకు ఇప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ ఇప్పుడు అనఫిషియల్ గా కొన్ని మనకు జరుగుతుంటాయి. దట్ మే బి కాల్డ్ బ్లాక్ మనీ, దట్ మే బి ఇల్లీగల్ మనీ. So for that the government will try to take some policies to control that one. ఇప్పుడు మీరు అన్నారు బ్యాంగిల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ వాల్యూ డిఫరెంట్ ఉండొచ్చు, మార్కెట్ వాల్యూ డిఫరెంట్ ఉండొచ్చు, వాళ్ళు ఇంకొక రేటు పెట్టి అమ్ముతుంటారు అనేసి. అందువల్ల ఇప్పుడు అదొక సమస్య. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ ప్రాబ్లం. So in that particular case the government may not know that how much income actually they are getting. కాబట్టి in that particular aspect, if the government believe that this type of the things is happening in the market, so the government agency will be regulate that policies. మనకు అవే తూనికలు కొలతలు అనే డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఉన్నది కదా, కొన్ని డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తుంటారు, అప్పుడప్పుడు పోయి మనకు ఆకస్మిక తనిఖీలు చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. కాబట్టి ఆకస్మిక తనిఖీలు చేసినప్పుడు అటువంటి బయట ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళని సీజ్ చేయడము, అంటే సంథింగ్ ఏదో ఫైన్ వేయడము, వాళ్ళ పైన ఏదైనా ఒక పనిష్మెంట్ ఇవ్వడం, ఇట్లాంటివన్నీ మనం చూస్తూ ఉంటాం అప్పుడప్పుడు. అంటే దీన్ని మనం రెగ్యులేటింగ్ పాలసీస్ అనేసి అంటాం. కాబట్టి whenever there is this type of the problems are existed in the market or economy, so the government mechanism will be there. Okay. That is called a regulating system. I told you already. Yes. Regulating how the government is going to be regulate the economy. ఇప్పుడు మనం చూస్తుంటాం స్కూళ్ళల్లో ఫీజులు ఎట్లంటే వసూలు చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. దానికి గవర్నమెంట్ ఏం చేస్తుందో కమిటీ నియమిస్తుంది, ఇంత అనేసి డిసైడ్ చేయాలి అనేసి ఒక రెగ్యులేషన్ పాలసీ పెడుతుంది. సరే, అది ఎంతవరకు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ అవుతున్నది అన్నటువంటి దట్ ఈస్ అగైన్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ద గవర్నమెంట్. అగైన్ దట్ ఈస్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ ద గవర్నమెంట్. అది పొలిటికల్ సిస్టమ్ లో వస్తుంది. కానీ ఇక్కడ మనకేందంటే, సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద సిస్టమ్, హౌ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు రన్, వెన్ ఎవర్ ద వయలేషన్ ఈస్ దేర్, what is the regulating system, that we are going to be discussing in this particular system. Okay sir, thank you. Okay.